Hey guys, my name is TheRussianBadger, and I know a lot of you have been nagging me to upload like derp, and my TV done incomplete without two things. I need the Russian Badger video, and I need that mayonnaise. If I ain't got those two things, I can't eat my TV dinner. And like, I know that's the opinion of a lot of you. I don't think a lot of you speak that way, but I know that's the opinion that we probably all share. And to explain this once, I upload as frequently as I can, and I'd rather never upload a video ever again than upload a rush video that just looks sloppy. Like, you know, like a Sloppy Joe, you know, the creepy lunch lady from, that's not Happy Gilmore, that's Billy Madison, you know, extra sloppy for you. I would never upload a video like that. I'd rather just go without. And to explain why, I'm basically taking a 4-year degree in 3 years at the university that I go to. I'm currently in my sophomore year, and I have a ton of extracurriculars that basically consume all of my time. And I know you're thinking, bro, yeah, I have extracurriculars too. Banging sorority chicks and downing kegs, bro. No, it's not that kind of thing. And just so we're clear, I would never have intercourse with a sorority girl. Like, if I wanted to contract that many infections and diseases, I would just, you know, try to inseminate a petri dish, and I really don't want to do that. But that seems infinitely more pleasurable than whatever a sorority girl has to offer me, just so we're clear. And beyond that, I know I'm chopper whoring quite a bit. You're probably sad face right now, but I mean, my team was so awful, this is basically what I had to do. I had to mow them down, set a charge, hope that it didn't get defused, and rinse and repeat. And I know a lot of you ask me frequently, why don't you ever use choppers, and do you prefer one chopper over another? And this is my response every single time. I don't care if it's an Apache attack helicopter, or a Havoc, or whatever you guys like, or a Black Hawk helicopter. All I need is a great paint job, okay? And by a great paint job, I need clean on the inside, cream on the outside, ice cream paint job. Not really. That's just a joke. I really don't care about the paint jobs of my helicopters. But for the most part, I'm absolutely dreadful with any kind of helicopter that's not the side gun of a Black Hawk. But see, okay, I mow them down a little bit. I have to go up here, and then most of the time, I'm going to expect to get shot in the face. And did you see that little perk? That little perk is so dandy sometimes. You know, I don't know if this happens on console. I know it happens on PC, and every time it does happen, it just skadoosh in your face. Oh, it's a little rushed if you ask me. It's also a little excessive. And I did not know how incredibly awesome it was. But there's this little thing on PC where sometimes when you run up to arm and you hit E, it just instantly arms. Like, boom, you are done, broski. You're totally done with your arm. Instead of sitting there for a few seconds waiting for it to arm. I think you PC guys can really understand what I'm saying. And I'm lagging already. Like, I'm on 3 hours of sleep. And my tongue, it gets super lazy sometimes. So please bear with me. And yes, I'm using the AUG. A lot of you, why would you use the AUG when you got that Info 16? Well, sometimes I like to be classy, and I think someone else said that was very true, as in the AUG is a very classy assault rifle, if you ask me, because it's rather inaccurate, and you guys know that. And really what I'm trying to do here is, okay, I'll admit it. In this specific game, there's so many moments, and my screen just went black, and I got shot in the face, I guess. I don't know what just happened there, but give me a sandwich! But in this game, there's so many opportunities for me to get these moments, right? There's those moments where you're kit switching excessively. Probably most of the time, you really don't even need to kit switch. I notice that so much in my own gameplay. It's like completely unnecessary kit switch. Like, there is no reason why you actually needed to do that. But get Milos here, and I'm not gonna. Someone corrected me. I'm gonna get mowed down. But someone claimed, and I think I agree with them, I default with my Russian accent towards the villain of Triple X. Do you remember that guy with the baldy Vin Diesel, who's a bisexual or whatever he is? Do you remember the villain? I always default to that. It's like that fluctuating Russian Eastern Bloc accent, you know what I mean? Like, tonight I take you to party, big party at one of my clubs. You know, one of that. They're in Prague, but anyways, you know, it's one of those guys. I always, for some reason, just default to one of them. And, you see, I think a lot of you are still going to get mad about this, and brilliantly timed parachute, by the way. That really got the job done. And, yet again, just die. And this is the majority of what happens. Oh, awesome one, DJ. DJ is such a troll. He is the biggest Russian troll that I've ever seen. He just, oh yeah, I have like a 3.10 KD. And what I like to do is, I like to have an awful ping, so any kind of hit detection you think that you have on me, you don't. And I also live in Russia, and you know, he plays at 30 frames per second, yet he has like a ridiculous, give me your sandwich! I just don't understand him. He's some sort of prodigy of nature, like 30 frames per second on PC, and he somehow just absolutely destroys people. I don't know how he does it. And just so we're clear, this is my favorite lurk spawn on all of Isla Inocentes. I know a lot of you. Okay, please do not debate me. Dude, it's totally Isla Inocentes. Boom! In your face, ninja! Oh, man. And the only reason that I like it, and that's so lucky. And I don't even need to aim down sight, Milos! Hit in the face. But that's the one pitfall I think is basically my major problem on Isla Inocentes is that there's no cover. It's like, bro, where is my cover? I need cover to do what I do, and I really can't do it without cover. And this is the dilemma that I was talking about. You see, there's no cover, so you always have to run around in the back of the spawn at all times, and that exposes your back really, really frequently. I mean, you can kind of shoot people around their spawn. You guys probably think that's cheap, but... And, you see, it's essentially what everything amounts to, is you're shooting people in the back, or you're getting shot in the face because there's too many in the back of the spawn that overwhelm you. Thought about taking the chopper, but 6 health? No thank you. And I'm also thinking to myself at the same time, do I have the ability to go over and plant A without getting shot in the face? And the answer to that question is clearly no. So while my eyes are bleeding excessively right now, and Duckling, Tiny Duckling, who's a really distinguished gentleman if you ask me, despite the fact that he does a little bit too much lip smacking. He gives me some health, and I'm just going to sit here, despite the fact that it's trying to crawl away from me at all times. And I'm going to try to go get the objective as I hit fire Milos and don't even get a kill. Okay, the guy's lurking out of the boat. Not really interested in him, and in just a few seconds here, I'm actually just going to explain to you guys. I'm going to get shot very promptly, and you will, oh, right in the rectum cheeks. But actually, you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the pedo bear hands that I discovered recently, and I don't think you want to know what the pedo bear hands are, because they're pretty terrifying. Like, this kind of terrifying. Not exactly the type of terrifying that I was going for there, but what I love doing is I love arming an objective and then trying to defend that objective and then getting shot in the face by a catfish that's not even moderately concerned with the objective. That is what I love doing. But you know what? I solved that problem by shooting Milos in the face, and check this out. Okay, you revive somebody, you revive Steve, you kit switch to really balance out the reload time of your defibs, and you revive again. Like, Enigma, can you do that? Anybody can do this, okay, Enigma? Anybody can do this. Don't worry. I know that Sergeant Enigma's not going to be offended because I have very extensive history with Sergeant Enigma in that I've been in the same Skype call with him as he lurks for hours upon hours without ever contributing to the conversation. And he is the master lurker, okay? He can just lurk in a Skype call in the darkness for so many hours of gameplay without ever contributing anything. It is frightening, if you ask me. Now, two other things that I'd like to discuss in this video are my wish list for Battlefield 3 and frequently asked questions that I really need to answer. Okay, number one, I'll start with frequently asked questions that I really need to answer right now. Okay, so number one, how do you change your field of view, and what is my field of view? Okay, the first thing you need to do when you want to change your field of view is you download a program called the Trainer. And what this trainer does, it's kind of like a complex process. It's not important. Like, don't worry about what it does. Just worry about how it does it. Okay, so what it does is it increases your field of view, as in it makes your line of sight larger. Like, it's almost as if it makes you more bug-eyed. And my current field of view is 90, which automatically means that I run 90% faster than any other player on the battlefield. And I know that seems a little hard to believe, and there's going to be these catfish tricksters that are going to try to tell you otherwise, like, It doesn't make you run any faster, it's just an optical illusion. No, that's completely wrong. I don't know if you guys ever graduated to become eye doctors, or you ever passed physics, but it's really not the way it works. It's not an optical illusion. You should never ever have anybody else tell you otherwise. Like, optical illusions are completely irrelevant when it comes to your field of view. It makes you run faster, okay? It just basically does. So if your field of view is, for example, 110, mine's 90, it's going to make you run 110% faster than somebody who has not changed their field of view. And that's like a stone cold fact, just so we're clear. And now that we have field of view out of the way, this is the way that I thought about my strategy. Okay, so in Island Ascentes, I can just not move forward because, of course, if you go on the road, you get mowed down, you get shot in the face. So I had that problem. So my solution to that problem was I'm just going to drop in the back with a helicopter. It's a lot like the solution to a problem, just like in Morrowind. Do you guys remember Morrowind or Morrowind? Some people pronounce it differently. If you were over-encumbered in Morrowind, that was your problem, right? You're over-encumbered. And what would you do as a solution? You would eat 40 pounds of raw glass like a boss. Do you guys remember that? I don't know if you guys remember that. Morrowind is just the game where you eat 40 pounds of raw glass because you're over-encumbered. Skadoosh in your face! And Milos is going to try to run. I think he gets away. But this guy around the corner is not going to be so fortunate. And this is my problem. Like, on PC, for some reason, I never feel the incentive to aim down sights. Like, no, bro, I can hip fire him from here. And I never can. For some reason, I always have this overt optimism that I can totally hip fire that broski from here, but I really can't. And I guess I'm going to have to keep moving on, but I get hit by Milos again. He was probably lurking in that bush over there. Very, very awesome. Garbage donkey yet again. And as you can see, I'm getting a tremendous amount of support from my teammates. And I'm going to go ahead and continue with the FAQ and the Battlefield 3 wish list. Okay, number one on my Battlefield 3 wish list. You know, for example, in M4, you have 4 rails that you can put attachments on the side of the barrels, okay? What I want is I want the ability to put a hyper beam flashlight on all 4 of those rails, so whenever you point it at anybody, it is like blinding, like they have no chance of seeing. That's exactly the kind of things that I want in Battlefield 3. In addition to, I want a magazine or a clip, whatever you want to call it, that goes into a pistol that's so long that it looks like a sword when you holster it. Like, how cool would that be? It's like, is that guy taking out a Glock? No, man, he's taking out a sword. That'd be, give me a sandwich. Like, that would be so dandy, I think. And that was tremendously successful campaign. I mean, that's so great. Just wonderful. But couldn't you guys picture that? I'm talking like, we're talking a magazine or a clip that is so long that you could like rest it on the ground when it's holstered. It looks like a sword. The clip is so long. That's the ideal thing that I want in Battlefield 3. In addition to elevators. Like, I really think that every first-person shooter is better when it has elevators. There's some sort of suspense factor that I always find. It's like Leonardo DiCaprio in The Departed. It's like, did he just get shot in the face coming out of the elevator? I was not expecting that. And that's a complete spoiler, and I enjoy spoiling movies for people. So, in Top Gun, Goose dies, just so we're clear. I hope I ruined your evening. And DJ! Why would you betray me like this, DJ? Look at him, running around with his 6% health, ping lag, running around. DJ, I am so disappointed, DJ. Why do you have to be so Russian? I don't understand, but this is going to be the end of the game. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because my team's so good. That's why. I might have one more campaign in me, but it's just not going to work. Basically, it's just not going to work. And, what else? Oh, for the frequently asked questions, one more thing that you guys are probably going to want to know is my PC specs. I don't think I'm ever really going to talk about my PC specs ever again, but I have my CPU overderped to 4.1. You jelly brah. I bet you are jelly. And it's definitely not the i5 2500K, and I definitely don't have the GTX 560 Ti Twin Frozer derp. I don't have that, just so we're clear, and I definitely don't have 8 gigs of RAM either. And I have the special kind of RAM, by the way. I have the DDR3 RAM, which is Dance Dance 3 Revolution RAM, or Dance Dance Revolution 3 RAM, which means that it's especially good at running Dance Dance Revolution. That's why I bought it. And Milos tricked in skadoosh in your rectum, dog. And I know a lot of you have refuted that, but you know what? DDR3 in your RAM clearly stands for Dance Dance Revolution 3 because that's how they test the RAM for its stress tests. Like, how do you determine which RAM is better than another RAM? Well, which one runs Dance Dance Revolution 3 better than another? That's basically the way it works. I know a lot of you are really not that skilled in terms of PC knowledge, but that's really the way it works. And I know it's winding down here, and I know that you guys know how great my team is. I like to think that Doom49 kind of contributed, but it was mostly him just pleasuring himself to how much he plays Counter-Strike and how that makes him a superior player at first-person shooters than other people for some reason. Just, I play Counter-Strike, dog. That makes me automatically better than you. I don't get his logic there, but I guess Tiny Duckling also contributed in terms of dropping me off in his cream on the inside, clean on the outside, or vice versa in terms of his helicopter. But for the most part, my team was just retarded. Like, I basically asked myself that every single time I play this game. Just, team, why are you so retarded? It's like, anytime I get into a game that's not laggy and my ping isn't horrible, my team is automatically just a bunch of Carls that don't know left from right. Basically. That's the moral of the story of basically my entire online experience with Bad Company 2. But I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I accidentally cut out the end screen, so I'm just going to give you a screenshot here of my final score. And as you can see, all the way down the list of my teammates, colossal job. Just good on you, team. Good on you, team. Just wonderful job. And I will see you guys next time, whatever that may be, whether it's with the Battlefield 3 beta or not. But until next time, there is no spoon, and I will see you guys later. Auf Wiedersehen und bis bald. And if you're ever stopped by the German police, make sure that you say this one line right here. Was ist das Spezialgericht heute? And they'll let you free. Just a little tidbit of information to round out the video. Okay, I will see you guys next time. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.